where we are is the burial place of Ghana's first president, Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah was a student of University of Pennsylvania and Lincoln University. It was in America that he aligned and joined the Black African American Negro organization that was founded by William Du Bois and Marcus Garvey, and that is the Black Star. The Black Star. So the Black Star was a movement that was propounded by Marcus Garvey. He went to America in 1935, and he came back in 1947 and joined the first political party called the United Gokus Convention Party. They fought. He was arrested in 1948 and was put in prison at James Fort Prison for inciting the Africans to fight against the Europeans. He was in prison for 18 months. Whilst in prison, the people voted for him to become the member of parliament for this part of Accra called the Ododo-Diodio constituency. So he became a member of parliament in 1948. His party won a landslide victory in the general election, and he won 34 seats in parliament. So he became the leader, the members in parliament, and thereby becoming a prime minister in 1950. Where we are today used to be a polo court for the Europeans. This place, black people were not allowed to come here. Blacks were not allowed to come to this place. This was a polo court that the Europeans used to play their polo game here. On the eve of our independence, on the 5th of March 1957, he stood here and faced the National Assembly or the Parliament, like the Congress, and he declared, the independence of Ghana is meaningless unless it's linked up with the total liberation of Africa. So in 1992, when he died in 1972, in 1992, in fact, according to some classified information, it was the American CIA that toppled his government, and he was overthrown whilst he was on his way to Russia and Hanoi, China, for the mission of the East. Because he aligned with the East, he was overthrown. He survived 11 bomb attacks, 11. But he could not be overthrown until they used military and police force in this country to overthrow his government. Today, he's resting over there. And that is his third burial place. His first burial place was Guinea Conakry. He died in Budapest. And his body was banned from coming to Ghana. So he was buried in Guinea until his family pleaded, and his remains were brought from Guinea to be buried in his hometown in Nkroful in the Western region. In 1991-1992, our late former President Jerry John Rawlings persuaded the family that we need to celebrate his memory. And this place was constructed in 1991, 1992. His remains were brought here. All presidents that have come into this country, world global leaders, have paid respect to him because he is the founding father of the Organization of African Unity, which today has become the African Union. He inspired other African countries to also fight for their independence. And 3 years after Ghana gained independence, Nigeria gained independence, Kenya gained independence, Guinea gained independence, and the independence started picking up. He lived in America So he got American civil rights activists like William Du Bois and George Padmore coming to Ghana to join him. George Padmore and William Du Bois memorial site or burial tomb is here in Accra. On your Accra city tour, you visit all those sites so that you will appreciate what your ancestors, African Americans in the diaspora in America, fought for today. Your independence. There was segregation in America. Black people could not go to white communities. And those civil rights activists or freedom fighters fought with Nkrumah, who is the millennium personality of Africa. So, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming. It's indeed homecoming. It's homecoming because this is where your umbilical cord, tracing your ancestral root, this is where it comes from. It comes from Africa, not particularly Ghana, but across the continent of Africa. Black people. Marcus Garvey says that let's go to Africa because that is where we come from. And that is black people must go back to Africa. We were peaceful, loving. They had customs and traditions. We respect the elderly. We honor the elderly. We even honor the dead and even honor their memory. We're brought up in a way to honor our leaders, but they came and divided us. But today, through Bishop Samson Amoateng, we have come together united. So enjoy your stay in Ghana. There's fun, there's entertainment, there's culture, there's food, there's everything. But go back strong, go back resilient, go back and know that in your homeland, they came and took our gold, they came and took our minerals, they came and took our resources to build their country. So you own their land, you own their country. You are not a stranger. You are not a stranger. You are a believer. Thank you so much. 38. That was also built by the Germans. Is there. So there are a lot. You can't see all. There are few. Tomorrow you'll be at Cape Coast Castle. You're going to see Cape Coast Castle. It is the second slave dungeon that was built after Elmina. Elmina was the first, built in the whole West Africa or Sub-Saharan Africa in 1475. And the buildings are there. The chains that they chained them, all the shackles are there. The doors of no return, today the door is returned that you can come. As you have come here, you need to connect to your ancestral roots. Your spirit, your soul was birthed here. You need to come back. You need to come back. You need to come and own the land. Now, going back, I know Papa will tell you some spiritual exercise. Fetch sand and pray about it when you go back. Fetch the sand or the soil, because you have connected back to the source of your root. I will not bore you too much. Tomorrow you are going to listen to the story and see the relics yourself. And when you come back on Wednesday, we'll take you on the Accra City Tour.